Brother, good morning. This is take 7. It's not a good start to the day, is it? And 2 of the other 6 takes got quite a long way in, and now I can't tell you what I said because I've said it. And these are done incredibly spontaneously. There's a lot of thought goes into them. But once I've said it, it's kind of out there. And one of the reasons number 6 went so wrong was because I tried to repeat what I'd said in number 5 and it didn't repeat well. And you can see where this is going, can't you? I hope the rest of my day unfolds a bit better. How are you this morning? I shouldn't have started like that, should I? But hell, well, let's hope take 7 is going to be the one. I couldn't decide what to talk to you about this morning. I've got a little bee in my bonnet about the news, which is lumping all the students together, saying, oh, well, this is why we've got a rise in the COVID numbers. And, oh, it just sits uncomfortably. I have 2 sons who are students at the moment, and they're doing their best. They really are. They're a long way from home, and one of them is in a home that's got COVID positive people in it. And they're trying very hard to live within the rules. And I'm reminded that we mustn't go lumping everybody in together, that just because we know one person in a situation doesn't mean we know everybody in that situation. We need to be a little bit more individual in the way that we approach people and their lives. And there's a whole big sermon in there, and I was really angry when I started the first of the recordings, but you can see I've calmed down a bit more reflective about it. And I was also wondering whether to finish off a little bit from my sermon yesterday that I didn't say. The sermon was all around the parable of the wedding banquet. It's quite a long story, and we probably need to come back to that another day, or if you really want to hear the sermon, let me know and I'll send you the edit out of yesterday's service. So I'd got those 2 things rumbling around in my head. What do I talk about? Indecision is not a good thing, is it? But in the very back of my head, and I can't get rid of it, I'm singing. Oh, don't you miss singing in church? The trick is to sing at home and put something on and sing it loud. Yesterday was a really busy day, lots of services, lots of variety, and it was a day of ministry that is fairly reflective and indicative. So I had a Eucharist in the morning. I went to a baptism at lunchtime, and then did an afternoon service. So lots of variety. And in the back of my head through all of that, I've had some words from Isaiah singing. Did you know a song that went like this? You shall go out with joy and be led forth in peace, and the mountains and the hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. I remember singing that when my children were little. I'm not going to sing it for you now. I haven't gargled. Such a joyful song, and for all that I'm tired about today, having had a very busy weekend, I am filled with joy, and I don't know why. And I have to attribute that to God, because whatever else is going on, there is a lot of joy in my heart at the moment. Inexplicable joy. We could try and explain it, couldn't we? We could try and understand it, or we could rest in it. And I don't want to unpick it. I just know I've woken up with a lot of joy in my heart this morning, and I know that that's about what I was thinking about and what was singing in my head yesterday and the services that we had yesterday. And so I'm just going to rest in it and take it for what it is, because goodness me, there's a lot of stress in every other part of life, isn't there? So what's your resting emotion today? I know it's a weird question, isn't it, while you have a cup of coffee in the morning? But it isn't a waste of time to kind of tune in and think, well, how am I today? What is my bottom line in all of this? And if it's something you can work through, then we can work through it, can't we? And if you're feeling anxious about something, then perhaps it's There's action required or a conversation needed. Perhaps if you're feeling really deep bone tired, perhaps you need to rest. Perhaps you're excited about something. Perhaps you're mourning. Perhaps there's anticipation, confusion, all sorts of emotions. And sometimes it's worth just tuning in and really registering how we are today so that we can look after each other properly and we can look after ourselves properly. And you know, this take is going to be the one I put out because it's gone in a slightly different direction to the others and the joy is coming through. However you are today, you are in my prayers. Whatever happens for you today, God is with you. And if you want to be in touch and you would like something specific prayed about, or if you want to have a chat, then here I am, and I would love to see you and speak with you in some way that is appropriate. Have a good day. I'm going to rest in my joy while I have a bit of porridge and finish my cup of tea, and then on with the day's work. God bless. Lots of love. Bye bye.